Welcome back to Keep Calm and Bake. My name's Caroline and I do a YouTube cooking show. This episode I'm going to teach you how to make a classic British Eton mess. I'm going to teach you how to make your very own meringues. I've got 2 large egg whites at room temperature in my electric whisk. And I'm going to beat these until they become big, fluffy clouds. Perfect. Okay. So you can see they're quite firm. I've got my caster sugar. So this is about 56 grams of caster sugar. And I'm just going to sprinkle this into the egg whites whilst the whisker is still going round. And you sprinkle it a very little bit at a time. Once that is all mixed together, you're going to get this bit off. There you go. You see, it's lovely and firm. It's exactly how you want it. Just get that bit off. Now I'm going to sieve in some icing sugar. So I'm using a mixture of caster and icing sugar. Again, it's about the same quantity of icing sugar. It's about 56 grams in there. I'm going to put a third of that. Sieve it, otherwise it becomes all lumpy. So sieve that over the eggs. There we go. And we're going to use a metal spoon and just fold this one lightly together. Don't worry if you're scribbling down all the quantities, we have it written in the description box for you. So just gently fold this bit in. There we go. And then do the next third of icing sugar. Bit by bit, basically. If you just dump all the sugar in at one time, it's going to basically knock the air out of the eggs and it will probably all collapse. So that's why you just do it a little bit at a time. It's a bit of a delicate process, this bit, but don't be scared of it, just get stuck in there. Now I would use either some silicone baking paper or get yourself some normal baking paper and then brush it with a little bit of butter. This is just to stop the meringue sticking so that you can take them out later. We can now pop the meringue onto your baking sheet. So I just like to get a big dollop with a spoon and then just spoon it on. But we're actually going to be breaking these meringues up, so they don't have to look too pretty right now. Great. These now go into the oven, 100 degrees C, so really low temperature, for about an hour and a half. Once your meringues have cooked, you can leave them to cool on a wire rack, like this, and then they'll just stay nice and hard. For the rest of the Eton mess, now comes the fruit. So I've got some frozen berries. You can use fresh raspberries or a mixture of frozen berries. They're going to go into a small saucepan, like so, with a bit of sugar. So about 3 tablespoons worth going in there. And we're going to just heat these together until the sugar has melted. Leave it simmer for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to pour these back into my glass bowl. And I'm just going to puree this up. Lovely. Once it's all pureed, we can now put this through a sieve because we want to get all the kind of pips and seeds out. And this is how you make your very own purees. So there you just push this through, and I think if you're gonna go and make an Eton mess, then go the whole hog. I think it's lovely to have a bit of extra puree in there because it flavours the cream and the strawberries. So for another fruity kind of cake or pudding dessert, how about a pineapple upside down cake? Give us a thumbs up if you want me to make a pineapple upside down cake. So now you've made your own puree. I've got some fresh strawberries, taken the green bit out there, hulled, chopped in half. I'm going to pour the puree into the strawberries, okay, and just leave these just to soak together. So there we go, mix those all in. It's smelling and looking amazing. There we go, let's just test this. That's good, yummy. Nearly at the end now. I've got whipped cream. This is double cream. You can use heavy whipping cream. I'm going to pop some of that in there. There we go. Now I like to mix my Eton mess cream with a bit of Greek yogurt. Okay, So again, that's because it gives it a bit more of a soury flavour, but I like that. So you can just use cream if you want, but I'm folding in some Greek yoghurt, like so. So once that's folded together, you then crumble your meringues into it, okay? Now, another little cheat. If you don't have time to make your own meringues, you can buy some. No one's ever gonna know, and it'll save you that one step. So anyway, I'm gonna use these, put them in. There we go. These are my ones. So just crumble bits in. The nice thing when you make your own ones is that they can be a little bit chewy still in the middle, so almost gives it that like marshmallowy flavour. So a bit of crunch, a little bit of chewiness. Yum. There we go. Let's give this a fold together. Lovely. And now I'm going to add about 2/3 of the strawberry and puree mixture. Okay, let's pop that in. Not all of it. I'm going to save the last little bit to basically pop on top of the Eton mess. And this bit now, I'm just going to give it a couple of swirls with my spoon because I don't want the whole thing to turn into a great big pink mess, all right? I just want to have a bit of colour running through. So a couple of turns, like literally 1, 2, that's enough, all right? And now I'm going to crumble a bit more meringue in. So, you know, really put as much or as little meringue as you like in. I like there to be a good amount of meringue in there. Now you can spoon this into your bowls. I've got some very cool jars we're going to serve this up in. Now spoon your mixture into whatever you're serving it in. If you like what you're seeing, then don't forget to hit subscribe so we can send you these recipes straight to your inbox. And if you like cooking in general, then you can look over to my channel and get loads more recipes there. This dessert is perfect for if you're having a barbecue in the summer. It's very summery. I mean, I could eat it all year round, but amazing. If you've just got friends coming over and you want to do something really quick and easy, it's perfect. Okay, and you're allowed to be messy because it's in the title. That is done. I'm just going to finish it by adding some of the reserved fruit and puree. Pop some of that on top. Yum. And you see the puree will now drizzle down the sides a little bit. There we go. So that's very nice. And there we have a very easy peasy but delicious Eton mess. So thank you very much for watching. And I think I shall finish this video by saying keep calm and make an Eton mess.